Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Dennis. So today's video is another dash cam. I don't know if you know, I don't know if I mentioned it. I had one of the dash cam manufacturers reach out asking me if I would do reviews on their products. So far, they've been pretty good. I gotta say the last video I did, it was the best dash cam I've ever seen in my life. But it's gotten very little views. So if you want to check that out, um, it's amazing. I'm telling you right now. And not just because they're asking me to do reviews. They're not paying me or anything. So if it sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. But there's a new one that's come out. We're going to do a review of it. It's not quite as good. It's smaller, more compact. There's no rear-facing camera. It's simply watching as you go down the road. Some people like that. I personally kind of like that, which is why I didn't keep the last one. I kind of put it aside for now. But this one, we're going to have a look at it, see if it's as good as my current one that I am using, which is just focusing on down the road, and see what I think. So, for starters, let's get it out of the box. Okay, so what makes this one different than the rest? This one is a Wi-Fi dash cam. How that works is basically it allows you to transfer the files using Wi-Fi to your phone or to whatever device you're going to use it to, or to your computer, just to make it easier. It's called a driving video recorder. So let's have a look. It's in there good. Okay, so this is usually in there. Okay, that's the name of the company. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, by Chortau. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but anyway. They always give you one of these, and they tell you that if you do a little review online, they'll send you a 16 gigabyte micro SD card, which is what they take. They take micro SD cards in each and every one of these so far. They say 16 to 32. I have found in many instances a 64 gigabyte micro SD card works as well. So let's get it out of the packaging. It's quite small. Actually, it's pretty miniature. I actually see that the light is on right now. So that's kind of surprising. I did see a light there a second ago. I'm not seeing it now. Maybe it was just, I don't know, reflection. So there's a first look. First you have your menus on the front. Turn it on. This is okay after you go through all your menus. We'll have a look at it. Figure out all the menus, all that kind of good stuff. So here's where your USB is going to plug into from your power, from your car adapter, your audio, video, and where your micro SD card goes. And it has a little device here. Now it's quite light, so hopefully that'll stay on the dash when you put it on the mirror. Hopefully it'll stay on there pretty good. Okay, it apparently just slides right on here. Now there's a look at your lens. Of course, protected with a piece of plastic until you get it all fixed up. And that's what it looks like when you're looking at it. Now, one of the biggest things I noticed with these, I didn't notice it actually until the last one I reviewed, is they all come with a screensaver. So some people say, oh, okay, it's got a screensaver. Well, that's great. But what the heck do I want a screensaver on a dash cam for? Well, I'll tell you what. When you're watching your dash cam, of course, it's distracting. In many provinces, you simply are not allowed to have distracted driving. Okay, so having that in your face can get you in a lot of trouble, cause you to have a fine. But the screensaver kicks in sometimes after a minute, 3 minutes, sometimes 30 seconds. Some of the recent ones I've done are 30 seconds long. They'll kick off. So it's just about the length of time you've had to basically get out of your driveway. They'll kick off. You're not going to see it anymore. And it kind of hides underneath of your mirror, your reverse mirror in your car. And yeah, now it's not in your way. It's not causing any kind of distraction. All right, so let's see what else is in here. And I kind of have an idea. That's your adapter for plugging into your car adapter or cigarette lighter if you wish. Okay, so there's your 3M there. Make sure you put it on. Fasten it to your windshield. Don't take it off. Put it back on and then expect it to stick. It's not going to. It's not meant for multiple uses like that. Most adhesives are not. So it's going to fall down if you do that. So don't do that. If you pull it on, okay, I'll show you how that goes on. There you go. It just goes like that, and it's going to slide on. Okay, so I did get it on, but I got to admit, it's pretty tight. It doesn't go on and off easy. So when they talk about taking that off, I think that's a bit of a problem. Now, here's the thing, though. I know that if you write into them and tell them, hey, it's coming off, they have developed a new suction cup. I've had experience with their suction cups. They work much, much better. Okay, so this is a look at everything that comes in the box. They do give you a couple extra of these. So I had mentioned that if this goes on, you can't take it off. You can. So this comes off, it'll peel off, and then you can put one of these right back on, and it should hold it in place over time. But one of the neat things they gave us was a USB stick. Now, the deal with this, it has micro SD to USB 2.0. So your micro SD card goes right in here, and you plug that into your computer. So I haven't had that with any of the other ones. So that's kind of a cool feature. It's kind of nice. I like that idea, actually. So your cable, this is just to charge it, right? That's all that's for. It won't stay charged outside of being plugged in for very long. It's got a very small battery. It's not intended to be used outside for any other reason. This blue tool is just for helping you tuck the cables in around your mirror, all that kind of good stuff. They give you these little sticky pads to help you with your wiring, to put it in there if you don't have room. If you can't put it in, you're in a car or whatever else, or maybe a truck or Jeep or something. But it basically is just to help put your cables in here. This opens a little bit, all right? And you put your cable, it'll hold it in place. Sticky part goes wherever you want it to go, and that'll help hold everything in place. So the only thing left to do, really, now they gave you this too. It's just like a plastic sheet. I think it's just to replace this one on here, but it's quite big, so you have to cut it to size. So not sure exactly what that would be for otherwise. What I can tell you is this is going to go on here. It's going to mount to the windshield. I'll show you how I did this. I've already done this in the past, but I'll just show you how I've done that in my car. And we'll have a look at it, go over the features. One thing you do have to remember, though, is if you're going to use the Wi-Fi, you have to download their app. So their app, when you look in your user manual, one thing I didn't show you here, and it is 1080p, okay, full HD, Wi-Fi, dash cam, and your user manual. And it tells you in your manual, their app is called Road Cam. Okay, so you do have to use their particular app, and the Wi-Fi works to go with that. All right, so let's have a look. Let's put it in the car and see what it looks like once it's up. Okay, so there's your cable. I took it up. No, I just left a little bit of room so I could hook on. Took it up to the window, and this is what I've been using for multiple dash cams. You tuck it underneath up here, string it across. There's a little bit of room usually in most cars. Took it down along the side. Okay. There you can see that I got that little bit there. Okay. It's that little plastic bit. Okay. Then I just took it down along the side of the car, and I brought it across here and goes into the cigarette lighter. Okay, so I've got the SD card in this slot here. Okay, that's the audio video in. Now, this one doesn't need an audio video, so I'm assuming if you want to add a rear camera to it, that's what that would be for. And that's your USB, which is where that's going to plug in. I've already attached this, that's going to go on the window. So you just have to peel this little red part off, stick it to your window like this, and then you're going to be able to program it. Alright, and of course, you're going to plug in your USB here from this cable right there. Don't forget to take off this plastic piece over your lens, otherwise you're not going to get a clear picture. And of course you've got plastic on the front here too, so don't forget, take this little tab here and peel that off so it's clear to you as well, so you can see all your menus and everything for your programming. Okay, so we've got it mounted. You can see that it's turned on. Now I'm going to take the USB that's able to power it from inside the house, so we can go through the menus and everything a little bit clearer, and of course I won't be holding my camera this way, and it'll look a lot better. Okay, so if you plug it in to your computer, you can see it has his PC camera on the top, charge, and then mass storage. So that's just basically give you more options to transfer your files. So down here we have a menu which is on our left. Okay, so I've got it plugged in, it's charging. You can see that little top right now. In the camera it might show it as yellow, but it's actually red. You've got your lights up here. One's telling you it's charging, the other one is just showing you got power. You have your time increments here. You have your time in the bottom and your date. Up here, you have your other settings. You have to read up on, find out all of them. It's just an awful lot. So to go to your menu, just hit your menu button. Okay, so hitting the M to get to your menu. If you hit it again, you'll get to a second menu. So that's where you can see your Wi-Fi. You can use your arrow here. Go down from Wi-Fi, set your date and time. Decide when you wanted to have it power on and off. Get rid of the beep sounds, which I find quite annoying. And then languages. The frequency, which is either 50 or 60. And screensaver. Screensaver is one you're going to want to use, because what that does is it allows it to time out so it's not distracting. Okay, then format, so you can format your SD card when you put it in, because you will need to format it to go along with the camera. You can reset everything to default settings, and this will give you your version. So we'll go back to the menu one more time, and that will give us our first menu, where you can set your resolution. So whatever one you pick, you just hit the OK on the right hand side here. Okay, and that lets you set it to 1080p, all the different resolutions down to VGA, the old VGA style. So we're going to leave it there. Your loop recording, so you're going to go down, hit OK again, and you can set it to 3, 5, or in this case, you can go 10 minutes, which makes for bigger files, which personally I like. So I'm going to set it for 10 minutes. And we'll go down one more, WDR. What is WDR? Wide definition resolution, I believe it is. And it's already on, so we're going to leave it there. So we're just going to click OK. And your exposure, I'm not going to play with this because I don't know enough about it. Basically, it's your camera exposure, your settings. So if you're familiar with cameras, you'll be able to fix this. No problem. We'll have a quick look at it though. So you can see your different settings here to choose from. And pretty much that's it. So you've got your menu, your up and down arrow keys, depending on which menu you've got up here. And you're okay to choose that setting. And when you're done, simply push the power button, hold it for a second, and it's going to turn off. Now, if you have this in your car, it will automatically power on as long as you've got this plugged in to your car adapter. Now, don't forget, you are going to have to adjust this when you're in the car so that you get the proper wherever you want to look at. So you want to focus it on the closer to the front of your car, a little bit further away, whatever you want to happen to do. This is where, like I said on the top here, it's going to slide in. It is tight. Okay, I take nothing away from that, because quite personally I want it to be a little bit tight, because if it ain't tight, it's going to come out at some point. As far as holding it onto the window, I found that pretty secure. And that is pretty much it. Not much more I can show you. I will show you some footage, see what it looks like, and if anything changes in the future, like if it does start to fall down, well, I'll let you know about that. Alright everybody, so I've been using that for about 2 weeks. Definitely has not fallen off the window. A lot of other reviews said it would come down. It has definitely not done that.
So it actually is better than a suction cup because I've taken that off a couple of times. There's no danger of that falling off the window. So I don't know what the issue is, but some other people having problems with it. But my first-hand experience is it did not fall off, and we got plus 40-degree temperatures here. So maybe it's hotter where you guys live. I don't know. Anyhow, general opinion, it's a good starter dash cam for checking it out. I think it's will be good enough for what most people want. Anyhow, that's it. If you like the video, hit that like. If you don't, you know what to do. If you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for future notifications to see upcoming videos. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for your continuing support. And I'll see you in the next one.